The Wyatt Sicks returned on SmackDown last night. We have the scrapped name for Jeff Cobb in WWE, and a title match was confirmed for tonight's Saturday night's main event. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. Last night's SmackDown saw the return of the Wyatt Sicks. They've been absent from TV for quite some time, and yesterday there were reports emerging that they were in attendance at the event for SmackDown. It was unsure whether they would actually appear, but obviously they're now back. They made a huge statement initially, just coming in. Lights went out during the Fraxium versus Street Profits tag team title match. Lights out. And then they're there. It's like Joe Hendry, but lights
Don't
go
say
out
their name and they'll just appear.
They do, yeah.
But I think it was. I get why they came back during the tag match.
Yeah.
But I was like, God damn, this match is just going for it. It's what? And it's sort of. It took me a second, but I'm happy to see them back. We've been sat here for months going, where are they? What are they doing? With what's happening with it?
It was the unknown. It was they were taken off TV. There was reports of an injury to Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, and that was the reason for them being removed from TV. Obviously, Alexa Bliss came back in the reports that Alexa Bliss would be involved with them.
And then she went to SmackDown, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, and then they got moved to SmackDown, and it was like, okay, well, there's so many things going on, and we haven't seen them. But now they are back. They basically destroyed every tag team that was in that SmackDown spot, including DIY and Motor City Machine Guns, who were at ringside.
Yeah, even Candice LeRae wasn't safe.
Exactly. Yeah. Candice got taken down by Nikki Cross. It was chaos in true Wyatt Sicks fashion. But the nicest part of this was the tribute to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, so, right at the very end, we got the little South Park font coming up with executive producers Lee Fitting, Paul Levesque, and then it was like, okay, show's over. They're kind of celebrating, posing in ring. All the lights are off. Everybody's going wild. They're on their knees in the pose, and then in the ring there is now a birthday cake with a singularly lit candle.
Yes, and of course there's a tribute to Bray Wyatt. Yesterday would have been Bray Wyatt's 38th birthday. Obviously he passed away in 2023. Bo paying tribute to his brother there. A really cool moment, getting to share that because he looks up at the sky and shouts, "For you," before blowing out the candle in true Wyatt fashion, and then the lights cut.
And we get the crazy flash of Nikki Cross coming up on the screen. Yeah,
really cool moment. Glad to see them back. I'm intrigued just to see how they get used on.
I'm hoping that this is a firm return and it wasn't just a kind of pop up and then disappear again for a bit thing. Now, obviously, they are spoopy, so it makes sense for them to occasionally pop up and disappear for a little bit, because the whole idea is you don't know when they're going to strike, you don't know where they're going to come from. But the fact that they got in there, they were kind of making a statement by just dominating all those other teams, and everybody was just terrified of them. So I feel that like now is the time to kind of pull the trigger on it. Let's go. Let's get hitting the ground running with it.
It was cool to see, although they are a spoopy gimmick, as we said, it was cool to see, and in both their returns and appearances on the main roster, is the fact that it's still kind of rooted in the real characters, like Bo paying tribute to Bray and acknowledging that. It's like, oh, this is Bo, but he's masking that character with Uncle Howdy and the Wyattisms.
There's an element of humanization to it.
And I think it really, really works. And maybe we'll see them go for the tag team titles. That certainly looks to be the scene that they're setting themselves up for. But also on SmackDown last night, more names have been added to the Money in the Bank ladder match, which takes place in just a couple of weeks' time. LA Knight has been added to the men's match after he defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Aleister Black. He kind of stole the win. Black hit Shinsuke with a black mass, and then LA chucked him out the ring and got the pin, which...
And then ran off up the ramp going,
it was as expected. It kept Black strong, kept LA Knight with a win, and Shinsuke's just there too. Additionally, though, the bigger name, this is the one we were discussing last week.
Yeah, we were debating last week which way it would go. Julia defeated Zelina Vega and Charlotte Flair to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, pinning Zelina here, not pinning Charlotte. But I think that she's going to be such an addition to the match. Such an addition to the match. I thought it was going to be Charlotte because you never bet against the Flair. So it was kind of, in my head, I was like, well, it's going to be Charlotte, but Julia will have a good showing in the match. No, Julia's in. Julia's in the match.
Great shout to have her in there. Maybe a good shout to win it. Obviously, we don't know the full field yet, but...
It would be a big statement for all of the fans who are not familiar with her work in NXT or prior, have her come in, win like a big statement thing like the Money in the Bank briefcase. It means as well that she's going to be featured prominently throughout the year if she does win it. And of course, she's going to have to beat several really high-level competitors to get that briefcase. So it's going to be kind of like a crowning achievement to win that case. I
would really like to see it, but let us know in the comments below if you think Julia's going to win or if you think someone else is going to win that Money in the Bank ladder match. Staying with SmackDown and SmackDown members of the roster, Drew McIntyre has confirmed that he is currently injured. Now, tonight he is facing Damian Priest in a steel cage match at Saturday night's main event. But speaking to the Orlando Sentinel, he currently confirmed that he is hurt, saying, "I can't turn my head all the way left. Working hurt is just what happens if you're an athlete, especially as the years go by. If you're injured, it is something to take care of. Maybe back in the day, we would have taped it up and gone with it. In the past, I've worked with muscle tears and breaks, which isn't the most sensible thing, but the way we operate now, you want to last for the long run." So although he's saying, in the modern WWE, you don't want to take risks, he is in a steel cage match.
He is.
Tonight.
And he's just revealed his biggest weakness. The fool! The fool! Priest's just got to stay on his left.
On his left.
That's it.
Back
he's not going to be
to the left.
Have to keep doing this to turn around.
He is. He's a fool. Let's hope Damian Priest
what have you done, man?
Doesn't read the Orlando Sentinel, but maybe he's watching this video and we've just ruined it for him. Sorry, Drew. I'm looking forward to that match tonight. Who's winning though? Drew, Damian? Because we had the street fight, we've had the WrestleMania match.
We have. I think that it's gonna be Priest.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking forward to more steel cage madness. Like I love a steel cage.
I do like.
I hate the door. Climb over the booger.
You said last week you want the blue bars.
Back. Yeah. Blue bars.
If there's going to be an event, we get the blue bars back.
We had them in WCPW, and Drew loved that we had the blue bar cage. So that's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. But if there's anywhere we can get the blue bars back, it's Saturday night's main event, which is on tonight.
Come on, old cage, please.
It was announced for next week's SmackDown, though, that Bianca Belair will be returning. This was just a brief graphic on screen going, yeah, she's coming back. So that is advertised for next week. But also set for next week, we will have John Cena appearing live. Of course, he's facing R-Truth tonight at Saturday night's main event. We'll also have Nia Jax versus Naomi versus Jade Cargill for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Who's winning that one?
Naomi, surely.
Oh, yeah,
surely.
Or Jade, or Nia. Oh my God, it's anyone
it could
win.
Be anybody.
Anyone
I think
could
further
win.
If she does it in a really horrible manner, Naomi, and it furthers her and Jade, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. True. Also announced for next week, Jacob Fatu versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes for the Money in the Bank qualifier. It's got to be Fatu. It's got to be Fatu for me. But someone very close to Jacob Fatu is JC Mateo. That might not have been his name, though.
No, so according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there were initial pictures for Jeff Cobb / JC Mateo to be called JC Matanza, which is obviously a reference to his Lucha Underground gimmick, Matanza Quato. However, it was noted that it's unknown who has the rights to the name and that Jeff Cobb did not like the name.
Yeah.
But one of my best mates, Craig, is a proper massive Lucha Underground fan. And when the rumors started flying about Jeff Cobb, he's like, they've got all the money in the world. They can do it. They can just go buy the rights and we can have Matanza Quato and we'll just make it work somehow. And I was like, I love your pipe dream, buddy, but I just don't see them doing it. But it's interesting to see that it could have almost been JC Matanza.
It could have been, and it's a really cool name, but the fact that Jeff Cobb doesn't like it, you can't get fairer than that if he's going...
Imagine like all of the talent in the past who have just been given a name and gone, God, I hate this, but you can't change anything. Now at least they get a say.
They get a say in it, yeah. And I, as much as it was a shock to be like, oh, they've changed his name, JC Mateo. It's not that bad a name. I think it suits him.
And they're going to keep calling him JC, which everybody knows stands for Jeff Cobb.
It's Jeff Cobb, Cobb Mateo.
Best of both worlds.
Though, looking forward to tonight at Saturday night's main event, we have now got a new title match added. Of course, WWE has announced Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega for the Women's United States Championship. I want Chelsea to win. I'm sorry, Zelina.
Yeah,
you had a nice run.
Biased.
Chelsea's got to win this.
Give it back to Chelsea Green, please.
She's so good.
She was making magic with it.
Yeah,
she's making magic with it.
Give her that belt back. It is her title, and I think everyone in the comments will agree. There's not going to be any split opinions. At all. It should be Chelsea Green tonight. That's on Saturday night.
I don't even care if the Secret Hervers have to win it for her.
Yeah, they could do that. But also on tonight's Saturday night's main event, you've got Logan Paul versus Jey Uso. You've got Drew versus Damian. You've got Sami Zayn and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I'm doing this off the top of my head.
You've got
John
the retro
Cena,
opening music.
R-Truth as well. It's a big show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it when I'm in my very sleepy state. That is all we've got for you just now. We'll be back later on today with some more wrestling news. So stay tuned to cultaholic.com and the social media throughout the day. We'll see you later on.